What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Matrix, and we got PMC Power Rankings Week 2 coming straight for you. And like last week, I am not alone. You already know who it is. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. Uncle out here. I was like headbanging while I was doing that.
Perfection. But yeah, guys, we're here with Week 2 Power Rankings, and this is going to be pretty exciting, because we got some cool stuff that I'm excited to see. We've had some great matches this week, not going to lie.
A lot more close matches this week than last week, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. But, yeah. Before we get started, is there anything we need to talk about from this week, or are we good?
No changes this week.
Quote unquote this week.
I don't think there's no changes in coaches. We're good. Same coaches.
Yep, same coaches.
They've all played a game, so we can a little bit more accurately explain where they're at.
True. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. Who you got 16, boy?
Who I got 16?
Who you got?
So, last week I had a man who didn't even play a game. We knew he wasn't going to be 16 this week. We know the person that I put down at 16 was the man who still has not won a game yet. No, I'm just kidding. It's the New York Cosmogs is my 16th place team. They kind of just got bodied 2 weeks in a row. Sorry, Tyler. But you didn't bring default for sticky wedge. Really. Actually, I don't think he did. I'm trying to think. I don't think he did. No? Well, he went up against Mega Maldog, but it's not really. His team was kind of just overpowered at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely came. The difference definitely goes down in this match when he went for agility against him all while. So if he had bullet punch, he'd go for bullet punch. If he didn't, then oh well. But he just kind of didn't play well enough for me to not put him in last place this week. So yeah, sorry, Tyler.
Poor man. But yeah, my number 16, I have Colorado Rapidash and their coach Omega V. Honestly, again, in the same boat as Tyler, hasn't won a match yet. Didn't lose quite as badly, but trying to see. Week 2, honestly, trying to pull it up. Where is it? I am professional, guys. Okay. He kind of just got swept by his circuitry, honestly. Not swept.
Not completely swept, but
mostly swept.
Yeah.
But
circuitry definitely cleaned up and definitely did a lot of work to his team.
Yeah, big time. Not to say that the other members of his team, of the Wailmers, didn't do anything. The Shaman actually did something this week, but
yeah.
But we'll get to that later. But yeah, I just feel like Colorado Rapidash just haven't quite pulled up to the standards of what they put in last season. But yeah, moving on to number 15. What you got?
15. I have the Colorado Rapidash just sitting there. Not the same reason. They definitely look like they're still adjusting to the team. Yeah. His match was pretty good. I'll go more detail when I get to the Wailmers. So that way we're not just kind of late in the power rankings just skipping over every minute and stuff like that. But yeah. The Colorado Rapidashes, trying to think of like a turn that like I'm trying to think of a turn that like sticks out for me, but I can't really think of one. Oops. But I know definitely he definitely sacked off Kartana early, which definitely kind of hurts.
You never want to sack the Kartana that early.
Yeah. But it's had to be doing. But no, I don't really have much else to say. We don't really have much else to say against the. We'll see what they can, and I'll see what they can do the next week. Definitely his season is definitely, it's only week 2. There's, like 10, 11 weeks in the league or something like that.
Yeah.
They have plenty of time to turn it around. Who's your 15th place?
Number 15, I got the, oh my gosh, I spelt it wrong. I got the Krookodiles.
You spelt it wrong again.
Instead of Cogsmogs, I got the Krookodiles.
Krookodiles.
But yeah, I got the Krookodiles. Honestly, like, they played a decent game. Like you said, we had a lot of close games this week. But I don't know. I think Lux did one better on him, unfortunately. Like, I was not able to see if they had a team builder or not, so I don't know what the Crooks were thinking of for their game plan. But I know they should have ran a Trick Room Belly Drum set, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that right before.
Yeah. That would have been so cool to see, honestly.
Belly Drum Sliver is always the best set.
Yeah,
You heard it from us, Sharpino. If you want to win in week 3 or after, you gotta run the Belly Drum Sliver.
What? It's the Belly Drum Trick Room, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
That's all you need to do.
Do it sharp.
That's all you need to do.
Do it sharp. But moving on to 14, where are you at?
I mean, we're kind of looking the same here.
True.
You know, we both got the Crystal Pallossands. Makes it a little easier.
Always.
We can actually explain this a lot more. Whew.
Nice.
Wipe it down. No, SilverBeanie, I don't know him. Okay. Actually, I don't know a lot of the coaches this season. I'm still kind of getting to know him a little bit. Definitely with SilverBeanie. Last week he didn't have a bad game. I expected him to, rebound. But, if we're comparing his performance from week 1 to week 2, it was a complete downhill. And that's just my personal opinion. Not to say he is a bad battler, but it's just, I felt like his performance definitely was not what good as it was in week 1. He definitely did not look like he had an answer to Mega Aerodactyl. Don't know why he stayed in with Mega Venusaur, but he did 1 damage on it. But I think he could have just switched into something else and saved Mega Venusaur, which definitely would have helped him later in the game. He did bring it from a 6-0 to a 4-0 late game, but other than that, I didn't think he didn't play well enough, and that's why he is dropped to 14 this week instead of 12 as he was last week. What's your reasoning on why he fell a spot?
Well, like you said with the Mega Venusaur play, definitely sacked it way too early. Because that thing definitely could have been useful later on. Mega Aerodactyl definitely was a threat to him. Maybe what he could have done was run a nice bulky defensive Jellicent for the Aerodactyl and Excadrill. I don't know what his set was. Not quite sure. But, props to the Dusk and Galvantula at least getting a kill. Like you said, bringing it from 6-0 to 4-0. And I'm just happy my boy Dusk got a kill, so, you know. But, yeah, you basically gave out all the information on that one of the reasons. Too early Venusaur sack, man. I think you can do. I think you got this in the future, though. I think you can bring it back. It's just like
he said in his video, he usually starts off bad, but he'll rebound, and I definitely can see it.
Yeah, I can too, honestly. I think he's got this. It just takes time to get used to a team. Trust me, I know. I think we all know. But
to number 13.
Ooh.
I got the Sydney Krookodiles. They definitely weren't a big drop. Definitely bigger drop than yours was from last week's. But I mean, the Krookodiles kind of played well. It was definitely a close game. You've had close games throughout the season so far in the first 2 weeks. Well, like we kind of covered it when you were talking with him. There's a lot of hacks involved in that game. Definitely there was a point where if Tornadoes didn't miss the Hurricane, Empoleon would have never taken as much damage, and then it would have referred to as Bulu not killing it late game in one hit, which would have added more damage on Bulu and all this other stuff. But definitely a little bit of hacks to put in against that. But like that's kind of right. It wasn't like a bigger margin, I feel like, but I feel like Sydney Krookodiles definitely didn't play bad at all. I mean, no, I don't think any of the coaches played like really bad, but like
some stuff was questionable.
Some stuff was questionable. Exactly. We haven't seen no Season 2 Espelancer special defenseman metric, but
huh. Well, mine.
Who are you rocking?
I'm over here rocking at number 13 with the Cogsmogs.
Cogsmogs. Sorry, Tyler. You're the Cogsmogs from now on.
That's right. All I'm gonna say is, why did you not have any hazard removal with Mons that can run Stealth Rocks and Webs? It's kind of essential that you bring something to have removal. I don't think you needed Blissey at all, because all his main threats were all physical hitters. So I don't think the Blissey was necessary. Don't know why you set up the agility when he could have bullet punched.
If he had bullet punch, I can't remember. If he had bullet punch. I definitely can't remember off the top of my head. But I watched the other side of the battle, so I wasn't completely sure what the set was.
Yeah, but I don't think you prepped too well this week.
The Metagross set definitely looked like it worked well. Well, I forgot to mention this earlier. There was one turning point late game. Definitely shortened the differential. Depending on the Weavile set, I'm actually looking at Phantombass right now. Because I want to see this if he uploaded it. If he uploaded it, team doesn't.
Yeah.
Probably not. But if he didn't. He would upload week 2. No.
But anyways, just remember next time to have hazard removal, my guy. Especially if you're facing webs and things that can set up rocks.
But definitely.
Especially with the Talonflame.
Oh yeah.
You have a Talonflame, you gotta have removal, man.
Yeah. But like I was saying, there was that one point at late game, depending on the Weavile set, the turn before he was sacking off Talonflame to get Weavile set up, and he went for a Will-O-Wisp. And I think...
And missed it. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
that kind of sucked. That honestly sucked.
Yeah, there's a few things that and there was also something else right before that Mawile miss, dodged or whatever, and I can't remember what it was, but
So it was
Mawile just went on a tear, just like definitely the better trained Pokemon in that match.
Oh yeah, big time. But let's go ahead and move on to number 12. What you got?
I got the boy, Cloud, the coach of the Jersey Weaviles. Starts off with a 5-0.
I think you're.
I'm looking at the wrong list.
You looking at mine?
That's why I hesitated. I was like,
wait a minute.
I'm like, that's a bigger drop than I thought. Wrong list. I lied. Matrix has Jersey Weaviles. I have the Mastodon Gastrodons.
This is what happens when you record at breaking fourth wall. Record at 1:07 at night.
We're both 1:07 a.m. right now.
Anyways,
I'd like to point out this is Saturday morning, so this is being uploaded maybe within the next 12 hours after this is being recorded.
Seems legit. Professional unprofessionals, guys.
Professionals, not professionals. Hashtag it every week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to put in the title now. It's going to be the Power Rankings featuring the professional, not professionals.
Nice. Alright, so explain your Mastodons.
The Gastrodons.
Yes, whatever.
I definitely feel like he's wearing the pink color the last 2 weeks because he definitely has not played like the blue-colored better Gastrodon. Starting the debate now. That's a whole debate in another server. But the Gastrodons, I had such high hopes for them for the first 2 weeks, and they definitely just shut me down. Especially in the pickles because I've gone for them both weeks. But he definitely didn't play bad. He definitely got countered by his own low tier set. Instead of a Scarf Lantern, it was a Scarf Torterra that comes in and just puts the finest of work against Masto.
Shout out to my boy Torterra, yeah.
But that's really all we have to explain. Literally, if you were just to explain that match, Scarf Torterra. But
glorious.
For the good news of the Gastrodons, though, Mega Steelix did finally pick up his. So good for that.
Congratulations. You gotta kill with Mega Steelix.
But as compared to the people below him, and though on my power rankings list, he definitely has not played worse than any of the other competitors to want me to put him lower than the three spots that he dropped in last week. So, that being said, we're going to move on to your number 12.
So guys...
Spoilers alert.
So guys, my pick is Mastodon... Oh, wait a minute, hold up. My pick is the Jersey Weaviles, and honestly, did not play... I didn't quite watch that match, to be honest, but just looking at the kill feed, Mega Pinsir and Lando I just kind of demolished.
Yeah, their match is a little late.
Yeah,
just a little. So we haven't been able to watch it. So we're both going by a kill feed right here. Just that's like the only heads up that we really got to say about it.
Yeah, but until I see the match, I'm guessing he didn't play as well as he did last week. But looking at the differential,
oh yeah.
Okay. But I mean, you have your good games, you have your bad games. So I think this week might just be one of those bad games for him. I don't know. There's not much to really say because the match isn't up. So I don't know. Let's move on to number 11.
Right, number 11, tied for the highest jump of the week. Spoilers for another coach on the list. we are definitely moved. From last week, he ended up at last place due to not being a new coach and not playing the game yet. But Scarf Torterra. It's going to be Ultra and the coach, the New York Metagross. Who is at number 11? Scarf Torterra.
What's... Go ahead.
He kind of just hammered his way to number 11. He definitely wasn't going to make a big jump to me. There was definitely a lot of people who moved up and a lot of people who moved down this week on my list. But I didn't feel like after one game he deserved like a gigantic leap, because I just feel like one game doesn't show who you really are. So I think jumping to number 11 is a lot better for him. Definitely, he will, if he continues his ways, he will definitely be on the rise, including into next week. But we'll see when week 3 uploads get released.
Well, my number 11, I have that nice Mastodon Gastrodons. Boy, you got swept by a frickin' Torterra. How does that make you feel? You have, okay, I'm not gonna lie, you have one of the most broken teams, and yet you get swept by a frickin' Scarf Torterra. Boy, step up your game, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. But, yeah, just, hashtag Torterra for the win. And it's gonna be, spoiler alerts, guys, Metagross dropped Torterra, so.
Yeah.
Sad face. I wanted to see more Torterra.
We don't get to see, we're savoring the Torterra show.
But yeah, moving on to, number, 10. What you got?
I got the Cloud. Okay, now I can say the Jersey Weaviles. To me, they're making the biggest drop of the week. It's definitely like Matrix said, we are definitely going off the kill feed. If the match has not been uploaded yet. However, from what we see, looks like Mega Panther went on a tear, and as Pyroars took a 5-0 win. We can't really see how he played, or if it was just like late game sweep because like all his mons were low HP or something like that. We don't really know. But he definitely went from a 5-0 win the first week to a 5-0 loss the second week. So I'm kind of going to see how he does the next week or so. Kind of see if he's kind of like just, playing average, kind of bouncing up one week, bouncing back the next. I'll definitely see where he definitely will be putting one of the power ranking drops, but he definitely had the highest drop this week, and I didn't feel like he was definitely not a top 5, 6, 7, 8 team, especially with the teams that have moved up and the teams that are up there that have moved down. So, yeah, that's why he is my number 10.
My number 10, oh, by the way, I'm going to mention, the Gastrodons were actually my biggest drop. My number 10 was the Borussia. Borussia. I don't know how he pronounces it, but, the Donphans, basically. He lost to the, Duckletts, unfortunately, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal, because the Duckletts do have a very scary team. And, he played decent. There were probably a couple things that he probably could have done to change the outcome. Because I watched the, Duckletts, side, and the way, Johnny said, like, the first few minutes, like, he wasn't even concentrating. Like, he wasn't even focused on the match at all. So.
Yeah, there was definitely a play, or if he really just clicked Psychic instead of the Psychic, would definitely would have been a bigger margin, as he wouldn't have had to sack different mons. Especially if he kept Z Psychic. If Lars was definitely just going to go back in the Neoqueen after he sacked off the Mew, Z Psychic would have just killed Neoqueen, and Rabambi still would have been there. And Rabambi definitely would have put a lot of damage and a lot of pressure on Lars' team, which could have just put Lars in a big hole to climb out of. And I think just that one little misplay right there definitely changed the differential.
Yeah, big time. But I think like the end match, like the last two Mons were like what, Miltank and Rotom Heat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be possible to come back and win with those two, but like Lucario just, jeez.
Lucario just stomped on him.
I do have faith in Lars though. Like, I think he can pull through in the upcoming weeks. It's just, like I said earlier, you have your good games, you have your bad games. So, we'll see what happens with the Donphans. Moving on to number 9.
I have Lars and the Donphans. Definitely a 3-drop spot. Or, well, to be spot drop. That's the better way to say it. But, I think we kind of just discussed it. Lars definitely didn't play well, especially with this being his first game actually playing. That's why he's kind of at number 9. I definitely thought about dropping him farther, but honestly, I just felt like this is the correct spot for him this week. But like, yeah. I don't really have much other to say. I definitely want to say what else I have to say. When we get to Johnny and the Oregon Duckletts, that's when I will continue to talk about the game.
Yeah.
And why I have him placed there. But, yeah. But you're number 9.
My number 9 is actually my biggest jump. I have the New York Metagross. The reason they jumped so much, again, sweeping Torterra. I love Torterra. I may be a bit biased towards Torterra. I think my personal preference, one of the best Sinnoh starters.
Only on the PMC analyst team will you find people loving Torterra.
I love Torterra to death, and seeing it actually sweep is just so amazing. But in the match, definitely, it definitely was a good match, I think, even though like Torterra just demolished. But props to ultraplayer on the biggest jump this week on my side. Just great work. I can't wait to see what else you got in the future, man. But, yeah, not much more for me to say, because if I continue talking, I'm just going to continue talking about Torterra. Let's move on to number 8.
I definitely have one of the other coaches, 8+5 jump for me this week, is definitely Bird and the new South Wailmers. Definitely with him being playing a game and it not be Dell, who we kind of ripped on last week. We definitely see a better Shaman this week.
Oh yeah, big time.
In terms of matchup, last week's Shaman that wasn't bad. It was just, I think the matchup was bad for it. But Bird definitely played really well, especially against Omega. I think. Yeah. I think like Bird, I think played exceptionally well on the first spot on the fly to. That's what I want to talk about. Lando T. Lando T definitely, I think, Bird said it himself in his video. Lando T was the MVP of the game. Lando T put a lot of pressure, on Omega's team, especially with, one factor kind of left the game due to a poison injury. Yeah. I don't really have much other to say though. When we had, Omega up, we kind of like went through it, but like, I just wanted to point out that like, the Shaman set was good. Lando T that I loved. And, he definitely played really well, especially with getting circuitry to clean up like it was supposed to.
Yeah. I didn't see what the, Lando set was. What was it?
It was, I'm not, put it back up. I just remember liking the sex. It was a bulky set, and, It was a special attacking window, and it definitely had Earth Power, which hits most of his team, especially with mons such as like Kartana, Regia.
Ooh, I like that.
And Arcanine. Definitely hit all of them really well, and with the only resist being Zapdos. He kind of just had like a field day when it came in. Once Zapdos went away, he definitely was able to just quick trick out great. That's just a little working.
Nice.
But we're gonna move on to your number 8.
So, my number 8 is the Portland Poliwags. To be perfectly honest, boy got swept by a Feeny. Sacking Garchomp early game, not the smartest thing to do. I honestly think Stormthrows had the better prep, to be honest. Like, he did get a few good kills here and there, but, I don't know, like, I just don't think, Bronson played too well this week compared to, last week, but, you know, it's whatever, just, guys, you should never get swept by a Feeny. Usually Feeny's there to be bulky, but, come on now. I think, we'll move on to number 7, cause, I think you got something similar, right?
Yeah. I definitely got Bronson at number 7. Like you said, Bronson definitely had a good showcase in week 1. Kind of got beaten week 2 by Arahpthos, but it wasn't a bad game. But I feel like Arahpthos definitely had played a lot better game than Bronson did, which is why Bronson ended up losing. I can see Bronson coming back next week. But he's my number 7. Yeah, for basically the same reason. I looked at it again and almost said 8. But yeah, I can definitely see Bronson coming back next week.
Yeah.
But going based off week 1, Bronson definitely did take a drop for not playing that well compared to the other coaches ahead of him. Who's your number 7?
My number 7 is actually the Wailmers.
And explain.
Alright, so,
I'm just
like, Wailmers did really well this week, especially after, just taking over the team. So, being able to make the team work this week to how he needed it against, Omega V. Xurkitree putting in the end game, like you said, the Lando T doing what it needed to, being that bulky son of a gun that it can be. People sleep on bulky Lando sometimes, I swear.
You're correct.
But I think Burb just had a really good team build session and just like destroyed. But let's move on to number 6. What you got?
We got a jump. Garchomp might not be happy with this, but we do have a jump of 2 from the Lord's Talonflames. And when he took on SilverBeanie, I think?
Yeah, Silver.
Yeah. Definitely with a few misplays by Silver, definitely put Garchomp in a better position to win. And he definitely took advantage of it and came out with a good W. Definitely to kind of make up for last week, a big epic choke. But he definitely showcased a better end game play style. He didn't almost choke it this time, but he did play really well. He definitely deserved a good jump there to number 6. But like, I don't really have much else to say. Like, Garchomp, I think played really well, and that's really about it. Who is your number 6?
My number 6, I got the Stormthrows. I just... okay, I know how I said you never let a Feeny sweep, but he got the Feeny to sweep, and that is glorious, because I love Feeny, and, like, Feeny and Mega Aggron on the same team is just... I think is one of the best parts of the Fairy Dragon Steel core. And with Latios as well. Like, it's great. But yeah, like, good early kill on the Garchomp. Like, first turn, I think. If I'm not mistaken. And getting the nice toxic kill on the Snorlax with the Moltres. Like, that honestly was probably... That was a great play right there. Especially knowing that the Snorlax was thick fat. But, like, just... The Stormthrows played really well this week. They've played really well in these first 2 weeks. I hope they do good in the upcoming future, but, you know, it all depends on how you prep. But, moving on to number 5. What you got?
I have Stormthrows on my list. Yeah.
Ooh.
They're on my number 5.
Alright.
I definitely believe after showcasing a good win in his first league match that I've ever seen, from him anyways, and with the best Simpson meme.
True. I forgot to mention that. Props on the Simpson meme, man. That was glorious.
I feel like Arahpthos definitely took advantage of opponents' plays. Definitely late game, Bronson made some questionable plays, especially with Alolan, Persian, Rotom, and the other that I can't think of off the top of my head. Definitely, if Bronson played those a little bit differently, the differential could have been different, or maybe the game could have been turned around. Because Rotom definitely had a chance to come back, but it just depended on crits and stuff. Or if he was to get damage on the, I feel like if he sacked off, if Bronson sacked off Persian and went into Rotom, got damage on Finny, and then went into, Gallade actually could have swept the game at that point. And, just a little bit of a misplay with, Bronson sacking off Rotom, and then trying to go into Persian to live a move to get damage off. Kinda changes things a little bit. Definitely gave the Tapu Fini sweep that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But Arahpthos definitely played well, took advantage of his opponent's plays, so he came out with that fat W with 2 good showcases. He's definitely playing the top teams. But we'll move on to your number 5.
My number 5, I have the Talonflames, and there's something I want to mention. Looking at the game, like Austin, honestly, or Garchomp The God, whatever you call him, he played really well, even around the webs. Which did the webs get set up at all? I don't think they did. Maybe ? But I want to give props for Weakness Policy Necrozma, and for it living a hit from the Lycanroc to finish the game off. Like, Necrozma just swept late game, which was very, very well done.
Garchomp loves his Weakness Policy. Rock polish Necrozma.
Like, good job on Austin for just prepping well, because knowing that the Galvantula would be faster, hit the Bug Buzz, set up the Weakness Policy, and then get the Rock Polish off, like, awesome. Like,
Good solid prep.
Good solid prep. And not even seeing the Hawlucha at all either, I don't think. No, I don't think it was out at all. Which, I don't think that mattered anyway, because even if, like, the Necrozma had went down to the Lycanroc, I think Hawlucha just could have came in and just finished off the Lycanroc, and that would have still been game. But, yeah, moving on to number 4.
Number 4. We both actually had the same coach on our list. Going to be the Carolina Pyroars. Definitely, it looks like we both, I definitely, was questionable about Jspecks after week 1, especially with him coming back to the format. But, he definitely, backed it up with a big, good 5-0 win against, Jersey Weaviles, who I thought could have been one of the best teams after showcasing a good win in week 1. But the Pyros came in, did their job. We definitely only saw the teal feet again. But that's really all I got to say about him. Mega Pinsir did the work, and I believe he's showing that he can be a top 4 team. He's not coming back rusty.
Yeah, he's
coming back strong.
He's really doing good, even after being gone for a little bit. Like, his team, I thought his team, it didn't seem like it was going to work well, but he's using it really, really well. I give him props on that. Because, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Mega Pinsir. I'm not gonna lie. I've never really liked it. I don't know why. But, good job to, Jspecks, or as I call him, Jay. Good job on your end for just doing what you need to and just getting the W. But, yeah. Moving on to, number 3. What you got?
I got the Oregon. They definitely dropping. I think this is the only time I've ever seen Johnny beat Lars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put it up and pick him. I'm pretty sure Lars has beaten Johnny at least 5 times in a row.
Wow.
They play a lot. They play a lot more. I realize, they play quite a bit.
So Johnny finally broke the streak. Nice.
That's what I think. I might not be wrong.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
Don't take our word for it, guys.
It's my theory.
Don't take our word for it. We're professional unprofessionals.
I don't really have much to say. I definitely Bombi part already. But he played an overall really good game and there's a W.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can keep it up next week. But what's your number 3?
My number 3, I have the Trenton Thundurus. And this is where everyone just stays the same. Trenton Thundurus.
Yeah, this is such... after this, everyone's saying the same as last week.
Yeah, Trenton Thundurus honestly played a really great game against Cosmogs, just Mega Mawile, doing what it needs to, getting lucky, not getting burned, Mega Mawile, why are you so freaking lucky? Honestly.
Basically.
But, Brendan honestly did really well this game, especially against, very, very offensive, 4 Mons being, Lopunny, Weavile, Talonflame, Metagross. Those 4 Mons are just so good offensively. I mean, Quillfish is pretty decent too, but most of the time you'll see Quillfish in a defensive position. Getting the Intimidate and Spikes, T-Spikes up, whatever it needs to. But,
Destiny Bond.
Destiny Bond. But just good game to Brendan, doing what he needed to. Just demolishing with Mega Mawile. But, next up, number 2. What you got?
Number 2, staying the same as last week. Definitely did nothing wrong to lose that spot to Johnny. Despite a couple of, misses and things like that. I still think he could have won. I don't think Weavile could have won late game even if he did get Maul up and had extra damage. So, yeah. But yeah, we kind of just hit it off the point. He played well. He definitely didn't do anything to lose the spot that he had last week. So your number 2 is B.
My number 2, I got the Oregon Duckletts, and even though the beginning game for them was not quite how he wanted it to go, he still ended up getting the W, which is super amazing. Celesteela, I was watching a game, and Celesteela was honestly being really, really played well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Celesteela was... He definitely used Celesteela really well.
Oh yeah. Celesteela, some people run it good, some people just can't run it at all. Right. But he proves that he knows how to run Celesteela very decently well. And then Lucario just getting the late game sweep, doing what he needed to. I don't know, there's not really much else I really want to talk about, because he honestly did what he had to. Definitely prevented the Dragonite from sweeping too, because I think the Dragonite got set up at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Preventing
Dragonite couldn't even do it. Leech Seed plus, I think it was toxic damage definitely toward Dragonite.
Yeah.
Useless.
Yeah, so Celesteela just preventing the Dragonite to do anything. Just GG. But let's move on to number 1 guy who keeps on proving why he's number 1.
Yeah. Even though had a few little plays that didn't go his way, even though he did have a Hurricane Ditto miss as well, which didn't really do anything because it's going to go against the Deontay. And the Deontay, wouldn't have taken any damage from it really, so.
Yeah.
But no, he played really well. He played good enough to keep the number 1 spot, in my opinion. Despite a few things that could have changed the game and made his win look even better, in my opinion, he still pulled it out in the end, and that is why he is number 1.
Mm-hmm. You basically said it, even though, things didn't go quite his way in a few points, he still managed to keep up his game and just come out with the W. Mega Diancie doing what it usually does, just being one of those nice offensive threats. Heracross getting a kill as well. Props to that.
Yeah, Heracross is coming in and doing the work.
Yeah. And who got the other 2 kills? Because I don't think the kill thing is quite right. Was it Torn? Question mark? Let's see. I need. Let's see. No, that's not the right one. Oh, here it is. The Empoleon got a kill as well. Props to that. And Heracross actually got 2 kills.
Yeah.
So Heracross getting 2 kills, Empoleon actually getting a kill. So props to that, because Empoleon, you can get a kill with Empoleon. You are doing pretty fine, my sir.
You're doing your job.
Yep. Doing your jobs, Pittsburgh Empoleons using Empoleon well. You're not failing us. Thank you. But, I think there's not much else to say about, week 2, because I think, week 2 was definitely a success. I can't wait to see what week 3 brings. I think we're gonna have some epic matches. Not gonna lie.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is only week 2. We don't really have much information. DC seems awful. Kind of going week to week. as the season unfolds, we're about to go see the teams that are doing best and continue to do this, definitely do it fun. And we'll definitely see the teams that are slacking off and acting like a slacking are sitting in the back.
But yeah, guys. Anyways, remember, make sure you go follow all the coaches down below. All great guys. Comment to Jspecks to get his game up, and same to Jersey to start getting their games uploaded so we can see that week 2 match, because I want to see what happened. I don't know what happened. We need to know. J, Cloud, please. It must be known. But also go down below and also check out the analysts. We got a great group here. Definitely some great shows that we got on the channel. But yeah, guys. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this video.
You can catch the professional next Saturday.
Yep. Remember, guys. Hashtag ProfessionalUnprofessionals down below, because you know that's what we rocking it. But anyways, guys, we will talk to y'all later. Take care, and we love y'all. Deuces.